as we get ready for all the All-Star festivities in Chicago. All begins warm-up 6 East. NBA TV. Things have warmed up in the East. And that's because wearing scarves indoors can do that, especially at that size. Smitty, thoughts?
That was a rug, right? Not a scarf. But I like it.
It was in the back of a U-Haul, and he said, here, I'll carry it.
I'm looking for one of those.
Fourth quarter, Pacers up 3. Holiday Road, Justin from deep. Victor, 25 minutes, 13 points. Going to take a while to work back to you, babe, physically. What are you seeing so far?
Yeah, I like it. You said it. He's going to have to work. It's going to take some time to get his rhythm, but I'm okay the way they're plugging him along slow, along with the guys that have been playing well since he's been out.
Toughness, Malcolm, same thing other side across the board. Kyle from deep. Pascal Siakam, he had a way defensively, and then why not take it yourself 25-9?
Well, he's so long and active, as you can see. They believe in themselves, and they do an excellent job of executing down the stretch.
Oh, power surge indeed. Ibaka. Sabonis can't close out soon enough. He had 30 and the lead.
Unselfish by Kyle Lowry. Could have shot that one, but got it to surge for a better look, and he canned it.
Pacers down 120 seconds to go. Looking, Oladipo, space, the miss, but watch this, gets his own rebound. Brogdon, opportunities, and didn't knock on the right door. 11-0 run for the Raps. That's also a 12 straight win, longest win streak franchise history. And in Toronto sports history, basically just, they gave me that here as another reason to tell the Maple Leafs fans how long it has been since they've won. Big win, 119-118. And we talk about the big winners as the deadline continues to kind of crunch it and get towards it. And who should do what? And we've seen moves already, right, what Miami's done. How much more of a problem can Toronto be? Kind of the theme before the season, right? They've shown to be much more than we thought. Can that be a theme in the playoffs, too, and what they can do on the floor?
I think so, Casey, because what they've been doing, and they've been there, and they believe in themselves, and they have some toughness. One thing I would say what they need, maybe you always want to better your team, but they just need health. If they can get healthy, and the one guy I still think that I'm waiting for to turn that corner is OG Anunoby. Everybody else, it seems like they're there, and he's had some injuries. He's trying to find himself. He hasn't played bad, but I'm just waiting for him to catch that Siakam wave where you start to say, okay, 2 or 3 years in this organization, because there's guys like Terrence Davis, Chris Boucher, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. That development in Toronto has been fantastic. You know what they remind me of, Casey? The Spurs, and like whoever they plug in.
Because of the culture, right?
Because of the culture, and you start saying, they're playing better with the Spurs than they play with other teams.
We always get down on, but then don't give credit to. They won a championship, but keep giving the credit. Kyle Lowry's leadership and Nick Nurse and the coaching job and that staff has done been fantastic. Not everything's so fantastic. Ups and downs at times for the Conley era in Utah. Only 7 players for Denver after a trade, which basically means hashtag luckily they're not playing in the air in Denver to make it any harder. But not much depth, which means your stars need to get it done. You'll take some luck, too, here, Smitty.
Boy, you look at Jokic, just he ain't really jumping. Look at him, not really moving fast, but he just has vision, a skill set, and a confidence about his game that he just make plays. He's that good.
Other side, confidence in the game of Donovan Mitchell, never an issue. The only issue has been Conley on the floor, off the floor. Who should have the ball? We know who's got it in the middle. Gobert, tough, lead up to 7. And counting in the fourth, trying to get back in. Oh, nice look from Morrison to Jokic.
Wait, watch this one, Casey. Off the wrong one leg.
I mean, that is like you're up 30 with like 30 seconds to go.
And he knocked that one down. Ooh, he got a little way with a push-up, but big-time rebound by Gary Harris.
Can Utah find a way to get him more comfortable into the thick of things? A question moving forward. For this night, though, close. Not close enough. And that really is something to watch, too, right? I mean, can we see more out of what he could be offensively, Conley, and what we know he can do for Utah?
Yeah, and tonight I thought he had an excellent game. You look at 21 points, just shot 13 shots, had 8 rebounds, 5 assists. They need that type of night. But unfortunately, Mitchell missed a lot of shots, but I think the Jazz are going to be okay.
All right, we believe in magic, or at least that the highlight is coming. And it is. Boston, Celtics, all-stars aplenty, and early. We're thinking perhaps About All-Star Weekend, Aaron Gordon, though, with a 3 here, and that won't be the contest at the end, 23, 10, and 4. At the half lead, 1 Celtics, and then Fournier, he had 26, 6 of 8 from deep. What kind of growth from Tatum have you seen this year on the floor?
Well, I'm starting to see him. He's been able to take contact, absorb it, and play through it. Always had that skill set, but this guy right here, Jaylen Brown, his offense has gone to a level where it's all-star level, and his defense has been there. He's becoming one of their go-to guys in crunch time as well.
Leaders empower, to me, no secret that having Kemba Walker, who you see right there, look at the way he is when he's not even there. Look at the aggression, Tatum and Brown, which we didn't really see all of last year, saw the year prior. Here they are, and you look at,
Ooh,
here's to tweak the ankle, got off the court, went to the locker room. You hope okay. Obviously, big part of the team moving forward. You could be a little bit more careful. But when you get Hayward and Brown and Tate, I mean, you didn't even get Kemba. Look at the balance of the scoring. From scoring to what has scored big everywhere. That's tributes, video tributes. Welcome home, D'Lo. But we'll be load up a win on the road in Brooklyn for the Dubs. We roll here on Game Time, continue to inch closer to the deadline. A reported deal that brings Dwayne Dedmon back to Atlanta. Well, at once we don't succeed, let's try again to make this thing work. Jabari, when healthy, looked pretty good. Alex Len, Maryland Terrapin on his way to Sacramento. As we look at the pretty pictures on the floor, Dwayne's team and Trae Young's as well. We'll see him just a few days in Chicago at the All-Star break and kind of looking exactly like the guy who belongs there. Well, it's like he backs up just to make it harder.
I know, and what do? I mean, defensively, that is very good defense.
I mean, it's almost like he could have done, but you know what? Let's just take, this is closer. 38, 11 assists, and a big lead. They continue. What have you seen out of John Collins since the suspension?
Well, what I love is each year he's got better and better. We know he can do that. We know he's athletic, but what I love is his discipline on the defensive end. He's rebounding also. He's increased his range. Playing under control. Boy, I wish he was there for the entire season for the Atlanta Hawks.
On the other side, really, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, who both were part of a big run to try
Wait a
and cut this
second.
thing.
Is that Vince Carter?
They both also combined, I think, younger than our buddy and family member here, Vince Carter. It is amazing. Minnesota. The amount of games that they have lost, it's many of them, like well into double digits in a row that Cats played. It's tough to figure that team out. Right now, you don't figure much of it's good. Atlanta, Dedmon on his way, and they get the W. Meanwhile, for the W's, the Warriors, the Dubs, and the Nets getting together, which means in the building, KD gets Steph and D'Angelo Russell with the tribute. And the fall. Early lead, though, for the Nets by 13. And here's your boy, Karis LeVert.
Yeah, I like him, even though he went to that school. But
I know, but it's still, I mean, it is the fact that people don't realize how good he is.
Man, he can do it all. It's just been some injuries. And once he gets going and gets some consistent time, you'll be able to see the full Karis LeVert.
I'm with you. You hate looking forward, but it's like, wow, he, Dinwiddie, Kyrie, abilities to get to the rim. And by the way, Joe Harris can shoot a bit, speaking of All-Star festivities. Three-point shooting. Garrett Temple. Mid-range? No, we're going inside from Harris and then Temple. And, second chance opportunity. The wrong team, though, with the tip out.
There you go. Man, I love that team, Brooklyn. I mean, they have some young guys that just play the right way. There he is, Karis LeVert.
It's amazing because we saw the culture as you see the two guys reunite. By the way, same outfits. Hey, what are you wearing? Here's what I'm wearing. Kind of what happens when you work together with Haywood. He tries to copy what you're wearing. But they work hard every single night. All the changes, right? Kyrie in, Kyrie out. But speaking of changes, changes. There are more. Like, for example, staying where you are and then some. We talk about great programs, Jay Wright Nova, what the Ducks and that group did, and Dylan Brooks, who's been a big part of things. Good for him, Smith.
Man, that kid works extremely hard. You see he's a starter right now. One of those guys that you have to watch him in the scouting report, and then to be able to get rewarded like this with $35 million, 3 years, that is fantastic.
Who would have thought? 1 year, they got the wrong first name. You think you're moved. Next year, it's your name on an extra few checks. All works out, checks out well for Ja Morant. First half, again, the Zinger, who certainly has continued to take on much more of a role, has KP. But for Ja, I mean, it's impressive the poise at such a young age.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he plays this game like a quarterback in the NFL. He's getting everybody good, the receivers, the tight ends, and then at the end he takes over. I love what he's doing for our scoring-wise in the fourth quarter. But the first 2-3 quarters, he is making sure his other guys get easy buckets like this.
All the things that your Lions, my Giants didn't do on the football field. Thanks for the reminder. Meanwhile, your boy Jaron Jackson coming in, you were talking about just the excitement that they're having. Also, they're being able so far to have some luck, which KP hopefully had here just a little bit of a belief he'll be okay. Stay in for now. But in the game, the lead running away. How about the point-scoring ability of this group?
The reason why you love it is because they share it. I mean, they share the basketball. We were just talking during the break. I don't see anybody taking 25, 28 shots. Everybody is around 12, 14, 10, 15 shots, and they make shots, and they rebound, and they defend.
You think people realize you can play Gonzaga in that conference and play? You look Brandon Clark. You think they're realizing Hachimura, what guys can do? We knew what this guy can do, but since he left here,
Goldie!
maturity and the game growing as well. We'll hit the Thunder in Cleveland next.